Thank you very much. I am David Koralov, a rising senior at Centennial High School. I testified earlier when I brought up the discriminatory behavior by some of my teachers. A Hammond High School student also testified on these issues. Since then, a petition was sent to the Board of Education and an Instagram page, @CentennialIsRacist, appeared. Both detailed hundreds of instances of racism in our schools. In reaction to those, the superintendent, as well as her principal, sent out statements on the issues of racism. However, one important, perhaps the most important issue is missing from my principal's statement and from the broader discussion. What is the most damaging is when racism is tolerated and even actively perpetrated by the school staff, who are the people in a position of power. In an open letter, I asked my principal to publicly address the issue, but with no response. Let me once again bring up a couple of statements by one of the teachers. Quote, "You can never trust a brown boy." For me, this so-called joke causes nothing but indignation, but I can very well see how it can also be used to cause alienation and fear. Another quote, "Those people in Baltimore need to stop being so lazy and get a job." Now, do you think the teacher was talking about white people or minorities? Or yet another one, "She's Asian, so she's weird." And the teacher who said these and many other similar things still works at our school. Although I spoke to the school administration extensively about this, my principal was unwilling or unable to formally state, much less publicly acknowledge, that any teachers did or said anything wrong. In the proposed policy 1080, you state that, quote, "HCPSS will maintain a safe and supportive school climate." In order to accomplish this, it is imperative that the Board of Education amends Policy 1080, Section 4, Responsibilities, to state that the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion must create a publicly accessible database that documents all findings and official complaints of discriminatory conduct by staff. Otherwise, our administrators can simply slide complaints about discrimination under the rug. We cannot begin to remedy the issue of racism at HCPSS if the principals are able to simply ignore reports of discrimination without any public accountability. Thank you very much.